And yet another attempt at taking this video. This time round I wasn't on camera properly. Thankfully it's just the intro. Then again, if I stayed in the same position I was, I probably wouldn't be on the video for the stitching thing. Anyway, speaking of stitching, people may notice this plastic canvas here. I was using that last time. It's got a QR code being stitched on it, with the message "wandering is a terrible sin." If you were to scan it, that's what comes up. And I stopped working on this because, just like when I was working on the white color data, depending on the lighting, I cannot actually see the white on this. In fact, the black's just as bad, if not worse. So I think I'll leave the plastic canvas for when it comes to doing like different coloured things as opposed to monochrome. Because I've made several mistakes. I've put black where white's supposed to be, or vice versa, I can't remember. And I think I got some things just back to front in general. Yeah, mix them up. So I've stopped using that. Instead, I've changed to cream colour data. I'm not too sure how this is going to pick up because the light is right above me. But you got the white and you got the black. Or I should say white, bright. DMC 52, if you use that. 52 concept. DMC B5200. You can tell I've tried multiple takes here. I use Anchor and non-branded, so to me it's number 1. So, yeah. But although it's awkward to see, I've actually made almost the same amount of progress, because on the other one I'm just like into the third bit here. This one I'm approaching the third bit. So actually I've started it up here with the white, but yeah, I'm doing not bad and catching up, and that was only 2, maybe 3 days worth of work. So that's kind of alright actually. I've still got to take the snapshots because I was working on it yesterday. So before I can actually stitch it, I've got to take snapshots. I'm not going to bother doing the whole, hold up the pattern thing for those that didn't mind seeing it, because just like with the cutout, the bendy cutout, I've been colouring in as I'm going. So even it's getting to the point where even I'm struggling to see what's been worked on and stuff, Depending on where I'm sitting, even though I use blue paper because it doesn't set off my brain cells and it's what I'm used to, I'm actually struggling to see certain sections of it. Yeah, it's okay, this lot's been coloured in, but there's this bit here next to it. Has that been coloured in or not? Because sometimes I've been doing the shading them in with a pencil to say, yeah, I've done this bit, but I've not fully shaded it in properly. So I'm constantly checking. So yeah, I'm not going to bother showing that. Recently, while I was doing stitching, I've been doing my usual and listening to ambient noise, as in background music, audio, whatever. And there's actually a website, mynoise.net. They also have I think it's .net anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it's .net. If you type in my noise, it should come up with it. It's to do with ambient stuff or different sound thresholds. It might help if you got insomnia or this, that and the other thing, or something to help study or whatever. Excuse me, I have to finish a cup of tea. Excuse me again. It was a very nice cup of tea, as you can hear. My digestive system complimenting. But that website allows you to calibrate their audio slider thing. For when you select a track, you get like an audio set of sliders. I think it's like 10 sliders. And each one represents like the low, the medium, the high, your bass going up. And it can also, like, depending if you've selected a tune, it may represent a different instrument sort of thing. Or just different, like, one of the ones I like listening to is walking, it's known as walking tunes. You got spring walk, summer walk, it's the end after the seasons. And it's literally someone's walking through something, and you'll hear the various sounds written about, that sort of thing. because that's the sort of ambience I like. It's what I'm used to from when I'm walking up to the garden and back. I hear all the stuff around about me. I'm gonna have to move this cable because I'm getting this annoying creaking noise in my ear from pulling on it. There you go. But yeah, with that you can actually calibrate the sliders on the Wii audio thing to what your brain will pick up, your hearing range. And you start off with having your computer really low, almost mute, or for mute, and you turn up your computer or your mobile device, depending on what you're using. You turn up the audio, but with a mobile device you have to actually go to the website. They do have apps for iPhone, Android and that sort of stuff, but this you have to sort of visit the website. But you turn it up until you hear a faint staticky noise, a bit like when you're trying to tune a TV or radio. The white noise. When your brain detects that, it doesn't have it loud. It's just the moment your brain notices that, you stop adjusting your volume on your computer. That's your base threshold. It's a bit like when you're weighing things for cooking. You put the bowl you're going to put your ingredients in on the scales first, and then you press the reset button so it's 0. That way the weight of the bowl itself is not taken into account of what you're trying to measure. That's basically what this adjusting the whole, your system volume is. You're getting it on the reset point. You then go to each slider, start them at 0, and you start moving the slider up, and then, just like with white noise, the moment your brain detects there's sound, you stop moving that slider, and you do that for every one of the 10, and that will give you your hearing range, what your brain's picking up, the sounds round about you. In my case, it starts off low, and then it goes up, sort of diagonally slightly, not major, but a little bit, and then at the end, it kind of curves round. It's like a half moon shape. And when you actually look at my audio slider range thing, my hearing curve as it's known, it looks like a musical note. Yeah, when thinking about it, it looks a bit like a musical note. Sometimes, depending on what the audio I'm listening to is, what the audio is itself, the curve starts up small and it takes up most of the sliders. About 5 or 6 of the sliders, have the actual curve. But again, it depends on what the audio is. And they also have, to go with the white noise, the site lets you check. White noise is the higher frequencies, and then you get pink and brown, which is your medium and lower, for the brain picking up. And the website itself lets you choose, you can check which of those is better for you. Of those 3, if any of them at all, or didn't bother with them. And when I was checking with mine, white is out the question. If there happens to be white noise, then fine, there's white noise, but standardly out the question, didn't bother with it. Pink, the moderate level. It depends what I'm listening to. If it's maybe some steady, slow flowing water, that's not so bad. But if you got something like a river or a lake or whatever, no. It's out of the question. Well, some rivers, if it's gentle flowing type. Some like insect sounds, I'm okay with the medium range, but in general, that's just a hit or miss. And then I tried with the low range, the brown noise, and it turned out that's perfect. Doesn't matter what sort of sound it is, it complements. Well, not always complements, but majority of the sounds complement each other. So for me, I'm the low range. Got musical note shaped audio curvy range, and in terms of frequency range, I'm the low. So it's the minus 25 up to 200 is me. If I remember rightly, that's the range. It's like 200 or something like that. Or 250. That's my range. I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing, but that's my range. I know I've never done good with loud noise. That's always been the way. My epilepsy has never agreed with loud noise, so the white noise is out of the question. The higher pitched, louder, you know, more in your face, no. Pink is, as I said, it's a medium. It's a hit or miss with me. Again, depending on what it is. So that kind of stems from, yeah, the way my brain perceives things. But brown is, yeah, that's a definite okay for me. If anyone's interested in seeing what theirs is, I recommend the site. Yeah, see if you like it. Even if you don't feel like adjusting the things to suit your needs, you might just like audio on it. And in fact, they have a YouTube channel, also titled My Noise. And on there you got different sounds, and they're arranged in albums. And you click on an album and it actually has like a generic thing, which is a right mix. You know, a particular sound effect, but it's like as if it's a mix of the three. And then underneath you'll have the white, the pink, the brown. It's broken down. And then you look at the various playlists, and at the end you've actually got those broken down things actually put in their own. So you got the white noise stuff, the pink noise, the brown noise. It's the exact same things, but of the different levels. And although you won't hear it because I have the respective tab of my browser muted, I've actually got the brown noise playlist running. Because that's what I listen, you know, I hear. It's what my brain picks up, so, and doesn't mind picking up. I should say it's what my brain does not mind picking up. Yeah, get it right. So, just playing around bendy. I'm gonna get on and do some cross stitch. Because this is my, I don't know what number now. I think it's 5. Attempt number 5. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm gonna get on and do some cross stitch because it's coming for 20 to 5 here in the UK. So yeah, I will do some cross stitch. Hey folks, back again. It's the end of the stitching session, as you can probably tell. Excuse me while I just fiddle about with... I was in the middle of actually doing some stitches when the video ran out, so I just took the needle off. But I didn't do much progress, but I'd try and hold this in a sort of bit you could probably see. There's some black here I filled in. So black closest to this side is what I worked on. In fact, there's actually gaps up the top half of this bit. If I fill them in with black, this entire half is finished. And I've got that bit to do. Actually, I could probably give you a sort of comparison. Again, hopefully it'll show up. I noticed when I was looking at the outro, the white wasn't showing up too great. So hopefully, but it's the black I want to show off anyway. I was working down here. There's like gaps down here on the white, but it was them I was filling in or doing that section. Up here there's all this black here. If I filled that, oh sorry, here, sorry, this bit where my finger is. If that's what's blank on the fabric, if I fill that in on the era, as I said, this entire half is finished. I will just be there. So, that's not bad, I think that's pretty good progress. I didn't have to switch on. I fished out a new white bright because the other one's about finished, but I didn't have to start it, so that's alright. Then again, I didn't work on it, but Probably better off seeing at the back. Oh, why have I got a hair stud? That's all I got left. Is something stuck to that? Bit of a crisp. Okay. Or chips if you're elsewhere in the world. But yeah, I got that just in case I needed it. Which I probably will. And, you know, still got plenty of black. That was recently swapped over, so yeah, it should be fine. Anyway, I'm going to sign off, get this video edited and uploaded, because all I gotta do is add this outro to it, and then it can get uploaded. I was basically sorting out the video as I was going, so yeah. Also, that way I can turn off the laptop, because this laptop's been on since, I think, last night. I've not switched it off for a while, so I'm going to let it cool down a bit, and I'm going to switch to the PC, turn on my good old brown noise again. Actually, after I finish recording this, I might check to see how far that's got into thing. It was a 10-hour track after all. But, yeah. Until next time.